Hello everyone, and welcome to the Ultimate Fantasy Football League. The reason I put this video together was to give a little history of the league, and I also wanted to welcome the new players along. We've got Mike Williams, Richard Pierce, and Steve Cawley, new players. Thanks to Steve Ferguson and Nathan for finding those guys. It's always helpful when the league helps me out in commissioner duties like that. So we're all set. We've got 12 teams slotted, just kind of waiting on the fees to come in so we can get our draft order set. But before we get into all that, I wanted to go over a little bit of a history of the league for the new guys so they kind of understand what the league's about. So in 2007 we started this league, and it was mainly, I was the driving point behind the league. I had been in leagues for 10 years at least before that, and been co-commissioner, commissioner, just playing, whatever you want to, every which way you could do fantasy football, I've done it. But the one thing that kept happening year in and year out that drove me crazy was the luck factor in fantasy football. Because I would spend a lot of time compiling stats, going over players' histories, reading about offensive lines, trying to figure out what was going to happen, and next thing you know, you get into the season and you get a bunch of luck happens, and one player goes off and it kind of screws the whole thing up. So I tried to devise a league that would reward people for studying and knowing their shit when it comes to fantasy football. What I did was I compressed the scoring. I made it to where you can't have one dominant player that wins the league for you. That's not going to happen in this league. I mean, I don't care if you have the first round draft pick and that player is like everything you thought he was going to be. That is not going to win you a championship. You have to stay on top of free agents. You have to, monitor your players. You have to prepare for draft day. You have to study. There's a lot involved when it comes to making the playoffs in this league. You can't totally get rid of the luck factor no matter what you do, but this league really cuts down on it. So I hope you new guys understand that a lot of the guys in this league really take it serious, and they want to have people that participate. So, and another thing that I did with the league is we have payouts week to week that encourage people to set their lineups. I mean, throughout the entire regular season, 13-week regular season, you have a chance to win $35 week to week. I mean, you get 4 of those, you get your money back. So if that's not incentive to set your lineup, I don't know what is. Anyway, 2007, created a league. My cousin ended up winning the league that year. Congratulations, LDO. Good job. 2008, 2009, I actually won it back-to-back. Hell yeah. I think I'll take a drink to that. This is my own homebrew if anybody's interested, but that was quite a feat for me. Never had won back-to-back and rarely won championships anyways. But it was nice to see, everything kind of come to fruition as far as, the effort I had put into the league and studying and keeping up with things. I mean, in 2009, I pretty much had my entire draft picked before I went to draft. All the players that ended up being on my team, I knew I was going to get them, and that's who I targeted. And, that being said, you still have, trading and picking up free agents during the season, injuries, all that stuff. So you got to keep up with that as well. It's not just the draft day, but draft day is big. The year after that, I believe Nathan won it. Blind squirrel gets a nut every once in a while, I guess, and he won it. It's one of those minute times when luck kind of entered our league. I was kind of surprised by that, but Next year after that, Steve Ferguson, which was last year, he won it. Steve's a really good player. Ty Clark's a really good player. Jimmy Weberg, he's going to be back. Those guys are really good players. You got to watch out for them. I'm surprised Ty hasn't won it yet, to be honest with you. He's due. I mean, this guy puts together a solid team every year. The rest of the guys, they're pretty much spares. I include myself in that. For the last 2 years, I haven't been paying attention. But this year, that's not happening. So one less playoff spot's going to be available. So pretty much everyone else is shooting for 5 playoff spots, is the way I look at it. Because there is no way in hell I'm not getting the playoffs. So another thing about the league, which is kind of interesting for you new guys, and you've probably never seen this before, but the way the playoffs are set up is that 6 teams make the playoffs. 6 out of 12 will make the playoffs. We have 2 divisions and 12 teams. The top 2 teams in each division make the playoffs. Now, you still have 2 playoff spots left after that. Now, instead of just giving it to the 3rd place in the division, what I decided to do was, with the remaining teams left, I would give those 2 spots to the teams with the highest power ranking. And the reason I did that is because another thing that I noticed throughout the years is that I would put together a badass team, and lo and behold, luck would have me play the teams that scored the highest that week. Week in, week out, I would just get pummeled. And didn't matter that I had a decent team and was, scoring on a consistent basis. I wouldn't make the playoffs because of that bad luck. Well, I did away with that. So if you put together a good team and you're consistent and you're in the top 6, chances are you're going to make it. You're going to make the playoffs. So put the effort in, it'll reward you, I guarantee. And not to mention, if you have the highest power ranking at the end of the season, that's $80 coming to you. First place you get $600, second place you get $300, third place you get $150. This is the first year that I'm actually taking in commissioner fees, because there's actually a lot of work that goes into being a commissioner, and not many people know this. A lot of leagues I've been in before, the commissioner gets buckets. They just kind of do it for the love of the game. Well, I'm not doing that anymore. I mean, I put a lot of effort into it, and I offer up anybody that wants to be commissioner. If you want to be commissioner, I'll sit back and I'll pay the full league fees if you want to do it. So bring it up. If you want to become commissioner next year and get a little break on the fees, then go ahead and bring it up to me, and I'll give it up in a heartbeat. So that being said, we got the new payout system. The league fees went up from $100 to $150. I hope you guys kind of get the message and what's going on. And, the other spares out there that I was talking about, I really don't think you're, spares. Sometimes I just don't think you put the effort into it like you should. Hopefully everyone steps up to the plate this year, and we just have this freaking badass season where we don't know what's going to happen until the last week of the season. That's normally the case anyways. It usually comes down to the last player at the last minute. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to say goodbye. Good luck to everyone. If you have any questions, feel free to call me. I'm available anytime. Just text me, email me, call me. And good luck. I'll see you probably after draft. I'll do another one of these videos and critique the draft and how that went. And then week to week, I was hoping to do something like this for the matchups. Going over the matchups like I used to do through, email. But I think it'd be more exciting doing it through video. So good luck, and we'll see you guys.